No punch. Why no punch? Because I'm sore from lifting 5 times, Bubba. 5.
We're hanging in overtime! We're hanging in overtime! We're hanging in overtime!
Let's go Panthers! Let's go Panthers! Let's go Panthers! Let's go! Go!
Puck drop. And 3, 2, 1,
Let's go Panthers! Let's go Panthers! Let's go Panthers! Let's go! Go!
All right, Panther fans, here we go. Ooh, I got the clap right first time. That's pretty good. So, what do we got tonight? Well, Sabrango is out. Balinskis is in. I know Sabrango had a couple of rough plays the last couple of games, so it's not really a big surprise. My hope is that it's not permanent. Like, I hope Maurice isn't like, bad dog, and just like sends him back to the kennel. Like, he's a young defenseman. He obviously has some upside. So hopefully he gets to play again, and it doesn't come at the cost of Balinskis playing poorly. But also, remember when, hey, Bubba, remember when Spencer Knight used to come in and try to take your job, and then you suddenly started playing better? So maybe the competition will be good for Balinskis, and he'll have a little bit more care when the puck is on his stick in our own zone. Meanwhile, as if 1 cup, 2 cups, as if the injury bug wasn't bad enough, now Eetu Luostarinen is day-to-day with a lower body injury. So don't look at the third line because you will throw. You looked, didn't you? Well, of course you looked. You've already watched the game. So the third line is a little bit better than what I thought it was going to be in practice. In practice, it looked like it was going to be Bennett with Boquist and Cunnin. And I almost did throw up my lunch at that point. But it's going to be Bennett with Greer and Boquist. Now, that line has some potential. If Boquist shows up and has one of his good games, and if Bennett decides to just dump the puck and let Greer go get it in the corners, that line has some potential. I'm not saying it's going to be, Yager with Lemieux, but at the same point, considering the injuries, I don't feel so bad about Greer being in the top 9. That means Mackie Samoskevich. Hey, buddy, he's over there. Samoskevich is going to get a chance in Luostarainen's spot with Lundell and Marchand. I'm excited to see Marchand and Samoskevich on the same line because that's just chaos. So that should be fun. Defensively, like I said, Sabrango is out. Balinskis is in. Everything else remains the same. The fourth line is now an abomination of Schwint with Cunnin and Gregor. So that's not Nosek, Gadjevich, and Greer. Damn it. That said, when you look at the standings, that's it. That's it. We have hit that mark. 3 points out of a playoff spot a week before Thanksgiving, and we're behind like 6 teams, not counting the teams that are in first, second, and third place in the division. So we are 6 point. We are behind 6 teams by 3 points or less. That's the maximum. That is the absolute maximum. You cannot have a couple of whoopsies here and get to Thanksgiving 5, 7 points out of a playoff spot. And it's very possible. You can do it. It ain't that hard to do. You just got to lose a couple more games and have a couple teams win some games, and we could hit Thanksgiving 6, 7 points out of a spot. That's too much. We got to stop this inconsistency. I know that they're not going to play perfect. I understand that. But they're throwing points away. There's nights when we should be getting a point, and we're just not. And they need to stop worrying about, how can I put this? Last game, they keep feeding Verhaeghe over and over again. We need to stop worrying about getting Verhaeghe going or getting anybody going and play the guys who are going. And these guys need to be putting the puck in the back of the net. And hopefully Samoskevich can do that. It's been a little bit of a dry spell for him. 2 goals, 7 assists. I like the assists. Maybe he'll get an assist on the Marchand goal. And we're going to need a game from Sam Reinhart tonight because like we've been talking about with Bennett and Verhaeghe just basically being invisible, Reinhart has been picking it up. But tonight's the night. If we're going to win these games on this homestand, we're going to need him. We're going to need Marchand a goal, a Reinhardt goal, and then continuing to get points from the blue line. So, and last but not least, Bubba! Bubba. Bubba. That's all we're going to say right now. We don't like to praise the goalie too much around here during the, yeah. I heard him. You heard him. Do the thing, huh? You got to do the thing, Bubba. We need you to do the thing tonight because you guys know I got this hurt arm and I've been on IR. And now Kyle is pulled a muscle in his calf and so he can't lift. So I have to come off of IR 2 weeks early. I'm not supposed to be off of IR until December. I got to come off of IR 2 weeks early and lift because he can barely walk. So it would be nice if nobody had to lift tonight, Bubba. You follow what I'm saying? Hi, Panthers. 2 points. Okay, so 2-2 after 1. Excuse me a second. Bubba, I asked to not lift. 3 goals in 60 seconds combined. So Bob looks like he's got the puck covered up. And then the Vancouver player sticks his stick in there and it ends up in the back of the net. And we're just waiting for the whistle because it looked like Bob had it covered up, but he just missed it. And then Belinskis, yeah. So Belinskis, as you know, is in for Sabrango. He takes a stupid, dumb, tripping penalty as the Vancouver player was coming into the zone. And that power play lasted all of about 3 or 4 seconds for Vancouver. And it was 2-0. And I literally had just sat my ass in the seat when they scored again, and I had to get back up. And so the next thing you know, I only had like 3 or 4 curls in, and we scored. Greer gets a goal, cuts it to 2-1, and then with 7.7 seconds left here at the end of the first period, Jones gets Patera on a weak goal that we will take 5-hole. Yuck. If you let that goal in, boy, if Bubba let that goal in, we'd all be pissed. So it's 2-2. Samoskevich got robbed, but he drew the penalty that led to the Jones goal. Samoskevich came around, and he just cut all the way in front of the net, and he waited and had Patera completely down on his stomach, and he just roofs the puck into the empty net, except for Patera said, no, and he gloved it, but Samoskevich had gotten slashed, and so he got robbed, but that's okay. Verhaeghe is still, this time, the puck was there, and he just looked at it, and the puck just exploded. It just exploded. Like, the puck is afraid of him. It's like, please, don't touch me. I want to find my way into the back of the net. So that's where we are after 1 period. So who knows what the hell is going to happen in this game. And the fact that I'm coming off of IR early, and we've already allowed 2 goals in 1 period, doesn't sound so good for my arms. All right, let's move on to the second period. Okay, there we go. 5-3 Panthers after 2. Had a little bit of injury scare there. Now Cole Schwint, he did get hurt. He collided with Bobrovsky in the first period. Was kind of hoping he'd come back for the second period. He did not. They didn't show us the replay. At least I might have missed it if they showed it during the intermission. But it kind of looked like he was holding, might have been an arm or a shoulder or a rib. I don't know. Because when he tried to play the puck with one hand, and he did it, and when he did play the puck, he really grimaced. So I just wonder if it was a rib, but I didn't see the replay. And then Samoskevich took a puck off, I believe, of a Reinhardt shot or a Forsling shot. He took a puck off the back of his arm, might have hit his funny bone or whatever, because he went off. He was in real pain, but he's come back. He looks fine, so we're good. So this period, Rodriguez. Jones was the first period, right? So I know Rodriguez got a goal, and we've got 14 players with points so far. but the other goal scorers have escaped my mind. Here, let's see. Reinhardt didn't score. Marchand didn't score. Lundell scored. Now, if you guys notice, I've been bitching and complaining about how Lundell comes to the side of the net and he doesn't shoot, and so the goalies cheat. Tonight, he has shot twice, and one of them has gone in. So the room is bugged. I'm telling you, the room is bugged. I know the room is bugged because whenever I ask for something to happen, Maurice does the exact opposite, regardless of how much sense it makes, whatever I've been asking for. So it's 5-3. The Canucks got 3 goals on 9 shots. The last one was a 2-on-1 that we had no chance on, which, by the way, since we're, Paul, since we're in the business of benching guys because they made a bad play, Sabrango, are we going to be benching Forsling and Ekblad after this game? Because they've allowed 2 breakaways and one of them went in the back of the net. I'm just asking a question. Or they get a pass because the cups and all of that. Probably. That's probably it. I just wanted to know. All right, so it's 5-3. I'd really like, it could be like 6-7, 8-3. Hopefully that's going to happen. This time the puck didn't exactly explode when it hit Verhaeghe's stick. The puck just disappeared. It transmogrified into thin air. It doesn't want to even be anywhere near him. So maybe we could get Verhaeghe a goal. I mean, we got 5 of them already. I actually starting to feel bad for this dude. So finish it up. It's a 2-goal lead. It's not a safe lead. All right, Panthers, let's do this. This is gonna hurt. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 2 points. No punch. No punch. Why no punch? Because I'm sore from lifting 5 times, Bubba. 5. We get the 2 points. We'll take it. I don't care how we look as long as we get 2 points. I would rather look like we did there and win 8-5 than look really good, but oh crap, we lose 2-1 with an empty net and then no points. How we need points, and that's what we'll do. So 16 of the 18 players, well 19 if you count Bobrovsky, 16 players had points. Bob had an assist. The only guys that didn't get points were Schwint because he got hurt, and then Petrie, and Sam Miskevich somehow manages with 8 goals to not get any points whatsoever. So I wouldn't be surprised if he's the next one to get benched by Maurice. So all that happened with the bottom pair while benching Sabrango was Balinskis had a penalty that led to a power play goal, and then Petrie said, "What the hell?" And he had a penalty that led to a power play goal, and his 1,000th game, which if you saw the interview, he's got 4 sons, and the mom is trying to interview with the girl. She's trying to interview, and the kid is in her lap screaming, "Mom!" And I'm dying laughing because my days of having kids that age is over, and you couldn't pay me to go back. So, what did we see on the ice? Well, excuse me. We'll start over here, Bubba. It's okay, Bubba. You had a bad game. It wasn't. No, don't lie. No. Hey. It was a bad game. Stop giving me shit. 2 of them were 2-on-1s. He didn't have a chance on. Okay, we'll put those over here. The first one though, okay. You got to cover up the puck. And then he had the one that was a really ripping shot, short side. It wasn't a great night. It wasn't all his fault. Well, it wasn't great. I mean, it was 5 goals on 14 shots. I mean, you know what I'm saying? But it's fine. Why? Because on the ice, let's see. Marchand got the empty netter. Lundell had a goal. Sam Miskevich somehow didn't have a point. Bennett had a goal. Verhaeghe had a couple of assists. Reinhardt, did he get a goal? I don't think so. I forget the goal scorers. I'm not going to try to remember. Greer had a goal. Cunnin had a goal. Schwint did not because he got hurt. Boquist had some points, but I don't think he got a goal. Rodriguez had a goal. Jones had 2. And I think that's it for the defense. And then, of course, Bobrovsky had an assist. Now, Vancouver scored a lot of goals last night, beating the crap out of Tampa, and they scored goals here tonight. They have some offensive talent, so I'm not going to panic. What I will say is that this team is wildly inconsistent right now. But we'll take the 2 points. That's all that matters right now. Now, are they eventually going to figure things out? Let's talk about that for a second. Now, when this team is healthy, I think we know Lundell, Lusterine, and Marchand, we'll find. Bennett is starting to each game get a little bit better. A little bit better, a little bit better. He's never been a 100-point guy anyway, okay? Even Bennett playing good in the regular season is like a 45, 50-point guy. So he's been playing a little bit better. He had a nice deflection goal tonight, so maybe that is coming around a little bit. Now, in terms of Reinhardt, did he get another one? I don't remember. But he's been getting goals all over the place, so we're fine there. For Hagee, I'm running out of cutesy analogies. First, the puck exploded, and then the puck disappeared into thin air. I think the last time I saw the puck get near him, the aliens just came and abducted the puck. Not for Hagee. They just vaporized the puck right up to the spaceship because they wanted to experiment on the puck to find out why the puck won't go in the back of the net as soon as Verhaeghe touches it. They didn't figure it out, and they put the puck back down on the ice, and he still couldn't score. I have no answers for the guy. It just, no matter what position he's in, I mean, I guarantee you, like we've said, if the net was empty, he'd hit the post. It is what it is. So hopefully he'll just eventually get out of that slump. I don't even know what else the rest to say. Boquist looked good, had a good game. Again, Rodriguez, the fourth line, gave us some energy tonight, especially when Schwint went out. It didn't look good, man. I couldn't tell if it was an arm and he was holding his arm or if he was wincing because maybe an oblique or a rib thing. But he was grimacing in pain. So that's not good because he's been playing pretty well for us. He's got some size. I like to see this kid develop. Hopefully it's nothing major. Defensively, Ekblad and Forsling, boo. Yuck. Like, I don't have any kind of Ekblad or Forsling paraphernalia up here, but if I did, I'd toss it across the room because that was awful. Now, they were not individually bad. They weren't like getting walked, but they just kept getting caught just out of position, and Forsling looked slow tonight. He was either pinching way too much or I don't know what was going on. It was not that pair's best night at all. 2 of the 2-on-1s were Forsling and Ekblad. So, Jones and Mikula were fine. Obviously, Jones played pretty well. He had a couple of goals. Mikula took the one penalty. They got him for boarding, which was kind of borderline. And then there was a borderline boarding. I forget who it was that they said boarded Marchand. The refs were a little over-involved in this game. The penalties were penalties, but there was a lot of just, did you have to call that? Both ways. The refs were a little bit too involved in this game. And then the bottom pair was not necessarily awful, except for the 2 penalties that they took, which led to 2 goals on the power play, including the first one, which was just like, before you blinked, the puck was in the back of the net, and that was like a backdoor on the power play that Bob didn't have any chance to get to, which by the way, whose man was that? Forsling. So, on the nights when you're giving up these goals, I do believe Forsling was on the ice for at least 3 of those goals. So, you hate to see that, but I don't care. I don't care if we win 14-13. I don't care if we have to have the Zamboni driver come in because both goalies suck and they're so bad that they allow us the emergency goalie. I don't care. I just want 2 points. Look at the standings. I don't care if it's 1-0 in the shootout of 25 rounds. Don't care. I don't care if we go through 25 rounds of the shootout and they put Bobrovsky in and he takes a shot and we win. Don't care. We need the 2 points. However, we're going to get it. Boston lost. That's good. I can't believe we're worried about the Bruins, right? I mean, everything is upside down and inside out. The freaking Bruins are in first place. The Blackhawks are in the playoff spot. The Sharks were better than the Oilers for a couple of games. It's stupid. The whole thing is stupid. So hopefully he too can come back because we need him. I love Sam Miskevich. He was fine. He did some good things tonight. And he got robbed at one point of the goal. So I'm not complaining. I can't believe the kid somehow managed to get no points. But Borowski got a point. Sam Miskevich couldn't get a point. And then Boquist came in on a beautiful feed from Rodriguez, and he got stoned. So that's why he didn't get a goal. And it is what it was. Patella, what the hell's the guy's name? Patera for the Canucks. It's not exactly prime Patrick Waugh out there tonight. But that's okay. That's it. We take the 2 points. I don't care how it looks, all right? I know that the defense and this, that, and the other. I know. Nobody bitches and complains more than me. But at some point, we have to just accept we are basically 20 games in. Was this 19 or 20? I think it was 19. We're a quarter of the way through the season. This is how we're going to look without our guys. This is how we're going to look. So all that really matters now is however we need to get a point or 2 points in every game. That's all that matters. That's it. So, all right. Today's Monday. There's no hockey Tuesday or Wednesday. I'm going to still be live tomorrow night. Not sure where that's going to be. I might do a separate hockey stream. I might do something on the men's channel. I might do a separate hockey stream and put it on both. But I'm going to be live tomorrow, Tuesday. Not Wednesday night, but Tuesday night. We're going to do something, or I'm going to do something. I'll let Kyle rest. And then we'll be back with hockey on Thursday. So I'll make a community post tomorrow when I decide exactly what I'm going to do. I think Tampa plays the Devils. I think that's accurate. So I might do that game. There's a bunch of 7 o'clock games tomorrow. So I might just go live while those games are on, and we'll putz around going back and forth in between those games and see if we can cause some bad luck for some of these teams that we're chasing. So, all right, other than that, I will see you tomorrow at noon. Thank you all for coming out through the stream, all the super chats. It's really fantastic. Appreciate everybody that's also been donating through the GoFundMe. I put links in the comments and in the description. There's a GoFundMe for those who like to donate that way because it avoids the YouTube 30% fees. So we genuinely appreciate that. And for the members, again, I run do a live stream 45 minutes before the start of each game for each Panther game. So like tonight was a 7 o'clock game. The members pregame stream started at 6:15. That'll do it. We'll take the 2. We'll take the 2. But Bubba, we got to do better, Bubba. My arm hurts, man. First night off the IR 5 times? Come on, bruh. 2 points.